But people have a lot of good ideas that aren't God ideas. Sometimes you think you've got it all figured out, and then something comes along and you're like, but God, we had this figured out, right? We were doing this, right? And you assume that because it was your good idea and your plan that it came from God. I have learned through hard experience that if I'm going to pray for something, I first need to pray for what I should pray for. And that might sound hyper spiritual, but it's not. It makes sense. If I go to my father, well, he's since passed, but when he was alive, if I went to my father and I said, Dad, I want a pink tutu, and it's going to be a great pink tutu. I've got it all figured out. It's going to have sequence. It's everybody says it's the best. It's the greatest tutu, and I've got this figured out that it's going to make me happy and it's going to be the fulfilling thing that's going to make my life complete. Correct? And my father says nothing. So I then go tutu shopping. And I get to the tutu store and I say, why are they all so small? And so then I have to order a custom bespoke tutu. I want it in a particular shade of puce. I'm slightly colorblind. I have no idea what puce is, by the way. My wife assures me it really is a color, but I don't believe her entirely. And I say, that's what I want. And I order it, and I get it exactly. I mean, oh, this is mm, mm. Person at the tutu store, the tutu tailor, says to me, your total from the tutu tailor is $10,000. And I say, that's a steal. God and I got this, right? I mean, God's bankrolling this thing. This is what I want. And I know because I talked to God and God didn't say no. So I assume that that's what I need to make my life complete because after all, he didn't say no. And I order it and I start to pray. And they say, well, you know what? You need $1,000 down, but because we know that you've got a lock on this God thing, we're going to go ahead and make it, right? And they go ahead and they start making, I'm doing the tutu fittings every few months and getting it just right. And then now, after like 10 months, my tutu is finally my total tutu for $10,000 from the tutu tailor. And it's done. And I go in and I do the final fitting and I look in the mirror and I look marvelous. Oh my goodness. Oh, handsome, handsome man. My life is complete. And it was a great idea that God and I had. And the guy says, well, that'll be $10,000 plus tax. Because after all, Uncle Sam wants his tutu tax. And we, God and I, say, just give me a minute. Okay? I'll be right back. Okay, God, it's crunch time. And I'm a little embarrassed because I don't have the whole total. And my faith was entirely on you in this one. And you don't want to look bad in front of all my friends, right? And I don't want you to look bad. I feel kind of embarrassed that you haven't given me the money already. And so I just need the cash, right? What? Oh, no, I'm taking a phone call. I'll be, just put it in a box, okay? Just wrap it up. And you go back to, okay, God, I'm really sweating here. I'm giving it all I got, right? And now I'm going to stop telling you a serious story to tell you a joke. This God comes to this guy and he says, because I love you, I'm going to give you a brand new Cadillac. And the guy said, oh God, I couldn't take that. That's too much. I am a lowly worm. I don't deserve a Cadillac. And let me kick in on it too. Let me throw a little money down on this Cadillac, and then it'll make me feel better, okay? So he puts $1 in, and here's my dollar. Oh, I like this Cadillac. It's got that new car smell, unlike my old car, which wow. Anyway, And then he's driving around town. He's cruising around. Hey, ladies, woohoo! I got my Cadillac. Got a Tutu coming too, but we don't talk about that. And got this. Ooh, check me out. And you pull up to a stop sign, and he sees some friends, and he's check it out. Oh man, where'd you get the Cadillac? Oh, God and I bought it. God and I bought it. The moral of the story, not the joke. I told the joke to lighten up the mood because you guys were getting a little heavy for me. Trying to keep it light before the holidays. The moral of the story is that I didn't get my clothing of choice, and I had put everything on the line. I had put my credibility on the line. I had put my hopes, my dreams, my everything into this. Only when I walked into my prayer closet and I said, God, I want a tutu. Oh, it's God's will. Here we go. Because you didn't hear the answer. Because you didn't wait. I didn't wait. Because I was excited. They that wait upon the Lord, they will renew their strength. They will rise up. They'll go jogging in a tracksuit that's puce. So I'm not being super spiritual when I say I pray to find out what I should pray about. Because, Mrs. Archambault, what's my favorite verse in the Bible? Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desire of your heart. Okay, now in Markology 101, not necessarily in your Bible, that verse means this. And God has never stopped me from teaching this, so I assume he's on my side on this. That verse means have that time of intimacy with God. Have that close relationship with God. And God will, through that time, put his desire into your heart for what it is that he wants for your life. And once you have that desire, then you begin to pray for it, and you begin to desire it, and you begin to want it, and you suddenly see the fruition of your desire because it was his desire first. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desire of your heart. So I pray about what I'm going to pray about.